See which one we have here. All right. So we got session 4 is filming techniques and delivery styles. So if we look at this, now that you've planned, you've filmed, and started editing your videos, it's time to polish, optimize, and launch it effectively. We're going to ensure that your content gets maximum visibility, engagement, and results. So how do I do that to make your video stand out? So before posting, review and refine your video. I mentioned before, you want to look at it and you want to look for those low points, those dead spots, something that doesn't give value. I really wanted to talk about that, but I think it's just important in my head, and they don't really need to know that fact. I'm just going to cut it out, drop it. Save it for another video. Maybe do another video and include that and exclude another part. Use that 1 minute video, and you can make 3 videos of it just by cutting and piecing different parts. There's a I'm going to do a review on it, but one online service that I use is turboscribe.io. Turboscribe. And they allow 3 uploads a day. It's free. 3 uploads. And you could basically, if you do a video just off the cuff, you didn't have a script and you said it and you're like, wow, that came out really good. And you have the video. You can either go into CapCut, like desktop, and you can export your captions, or you can upload that video to TurboScribe and it will transcribe the video for you. Then you can there's actually a function in TurboScribe where you can copy it with a prompt and put it into ChatGPT, and it will then make captions for you for Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter or X, TikTok. It'll create hashtags. It'll do all that. And it'll even, when it's uploading, it'll even email you when it's done. So you know. But you can take that and you can put it into ChatGPT and say, this is a transcript from a video I did. Can you create a copywritten Facebook post that's spicy, but a conversational tone with some humor and maybe some metaphorical references? And you just change your script into a new post. So use that one piece of content to create multiple more pieces. You can always look back on your old videos and transcribe them, reform them, and boom, there's another piece of content. Done. So when you go back and review and refine, you want to check your edits. Does it flow smoothly? Are your cuts and transitions clean? Is your audio clear? For some reason, I have a hard time with audio, even with my nice microphone and everything. Sometimes it comes out choppy, doesn't sound right. And well, I'm going to post it anyways. I'm like, I kind of, being a video editor, I kind of have that expectations that people expect like the best clarity, the best transitions, and the best audio, but not all the time. I had one the other day where I had captions that were overlapping. One was behind another one. And I was like, eek. I was like, quick, take it down. No, just leave it. It's fine. Nobody will even notice, I'm sure. And final enhancements. Maybe there's a part that is kind of dead, and you're like, oh, let me put a transition in there. Let me put some B-roll in there quick, or put up a photo or something or a sticker just to gain some attention. And your B-roll and your stickers and your photos that you put up, they're going to be your style. You're going to find a style once you get into it that has a repeated process, and kind of get used to it after a while. So you have optimizing for each platform. So every platform has different algorithms, audience behaviors, and best practices. So here's how to tailor for success. Short form content, Reels, Shorts, and TikTok, 7 to 30 seconds. Your hook, obviously, as most within the first 1 to 3 seconds. Captions and text overlays. Most users watch without sound. So that's why you actually, which I find funny because I always have to hit sound. I mean, unless I'm somewhere where, motor vehicles, DMV, where I'm sitting there and a bunch of people, I don't want them to hear what I'll keep it off. But other than that, I usually want to listen to it. But if you have somebody who always just reads the captions, you want to make sure that they're visible, they can actually see them. If they're real tiny in the corner and you're thinking, I'm just going to put it there for the algorithm, you're going to have people that aren't going to watch it. So make sure that those are there. And aspect ratio, make sure that you get the most out of your video. I still, even though I change the format or whatever I'm using, CapCut or Filmora or whatever editor I'm using, sometimes I'll make sure that it's the right frame size and I post it and it's like shortened. I'm like, what happened? sometimes it loads that way. I'm not sure, but do your best to do it so it's going to fit best most of the time. And then hashtags and descriptions. So the latest on from the CEO at Instagram says hashtags matter. They still do. People out there will say, I haven't had a hashtag in 2 years and I'm at like 2 million viewers. Whatever kind of content they have is so appealing that they don't need it because they now have a following and they don't really depend on those hashtags. For those of us smaller people, want to have that hashtag. You want to address your niche, your main niche. You want to who you're targeting, who you are. Is it video? Is it fitness? Is it travelers? Is it financial? And then you want to address your video specifics on what it's about. Is it about 401ks? Is it about the carnivore diet? So you want to broad, even smaller, and then fine tune to that video. So they say 3, 3, and 3. And I know it works well on Instagram. And again, I'm no Instagram person. I've had 500 followers for at least 2 years. And I don't even know if I've gotten one. I just got rid of like 200 people trying to shift it up a little bit. But with consistency and everything, that works the best. The 3, 3, and 3 with those hashtags. And now for long form content, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn. I don't know many people that do LinkedIn, but plenty of people do. So your 3 to 10 minutes, your process or your bigger picture that you're doing. Promotion right now, Group Juice. You got 3-year anniversary. All right, so we want to talk about 3 years. What were they like when they started? How did they start? What happened until now, and where are they going? How successful are they now? They're like over $3 million. And so you want to explain that process through. So it's going to be more of a long form content. Then you either split it up, use those smaller pieces to direct them back to the main form, for the long form content, or create additional videos to steer people to it. So one technique is to do most of your long form content on YouTube and do your short form content on the other platforms and basically direct people from there to your long form content on YouTube. And then ultimately they watch the long one. And then in the captions or whatever down below, you direct them to your group, direct them to your link, to your Stan store, whatever it might be, your Amazon store, and do it that way. But you always want to have some sort of circle. I always know when somebody's interested in me because they start binging. They like. You open up your TikTok, your activity, and it's like likes down the whole screen from this one person. And they commented like 3 or 4 times. And then I go to Instagram and that same person, they followed me over there and then they liked me over there. I'm like, cool. That happened last week and the guy's got like 750,000 followers on TikTok. And he's this huge like TikTok shop guy that promotes major brands. And I strike up conversation with him and he tells me that he wants to learn more about editing because he doesn't, do a lot. And he knows that he might have to do a little bit more with editing. And he's getting to the point where he doesn't even know if he can really edit his videos. So he's looking for an editor soon. Cool. I do editing. That's great. Let me know. So when he's ready, then I'm his guy. So you kind of keep your eye out for those things. But CTAs, asking viewers to comment, like, subscribe. Now, if you're doing a 5-minute video, you don't want to every 30 seconds say subscribe and like, subscribe and like. You get to the point where if they find value and they like it, they're going to subscribe and like anyways. So just don't feel needy. Remember, you're up here. You're the expert. You know your stuff. Almost make it feel like, I know you're going to follow me if you get what I'm talking about. So just do it already. Also, just paying attention to SEO optimization. I know on TikTok, I haven't quite figured it out. But if you go into somebody's profile and you click on their video, if you look at the top of the video, you have the search bar that's up there. Now, if there's words in that search bar, that's great. That means that video was categorized. So if they're talking about makeup and in the top says makeup, look at that video to see why it says makeup. What did they do in that video to make it say makeup? So you look at their text hook from the beginning. It says 5 best ways or 3 best ways to apply your makeup. All right, so makeup was in the hook. And then what did they say? All right, they said something similar when they first got on about makeup. All right, so they said makeup. And then you look at the captions. And in the first line of the captions, it says makeup. And their first hashtag was makeup. So obviously that video was recognized as having to deal with makeup, so it was categorized. And boom, all of a sudden it opened it up to that market. It knows that it's contacting people that are interested in seeing makeup. Because you want your video to be categorized. And you do that with SEO, those keywords, those titles, those captions. When you do the on TikTok, when you make your cover and you can put a little caption in there. Make sure makeup goes in there, whatever it is. Travel, fitness, filet mignon, like my diet lately. Yum. So keyword rich titles and descriptions, relevant tags, and a strong thumbnail. Because thumbnails, especially on YouTube, are huge. It's somebody scrolling through and it's just that, you're looking through all these videos and you don't know anybody in them. There's no key person or, big influencer there. Which one do I pick? Well, you're going to pick it by the title and the thumbnail. Now, if that if that thumbnail doesn't reflect what's in the video, next time I'm probably not going to click on that guy because I know that he's not clickbait, but it wasn't really real. So usually when you make a thumbnail, you want to find something in your video, like a view or a position or something that you're in, paying somebody, maybe in the thumbnail, you're, handing somebody money. So it's related because they have to get some sort of recognition from that thumbnail to there. And they're more likely to come back to you later and watch you. So uploading and publishing checklist. So before you publish, run through this quality check. Is it clear? No glitches, distractions, edits are clear. Are your captions good? Is it accessible? Open for engagement. Subtitles can be seen. Your thumbnail image. What's their first impression if they click on your profile and you're going through? What's going to make them stop on that video? See you, Jim. Thanks for hanging out. So that's your thumbnail image. You got hashtags and keywords. Are those present? Did you make captions for it? Put some thought into the captions. Make sure that you are actually pulling people in. For those that don't hear, they're going to read your description and see what it's about as they are, after they read the captions if they're interested. So it helps it to get discovered too, because it picks up on, like I said, makeup. It says it in that first line. A pinned comment on YouTube and Facebook. Guides engagement. Drop a fire if this was helpful. Something that catches their eye. Call to action in the description. Make sure whatever you're saying in the video, comment fire if this was helpful, or comment fire for my guide. Well, make sure you say that in the description or the caption as well. So after that point, it doesn't stop when you hit published. So you can maximize your engagement afterwards. The first 60 minutes are crucial. And responds to comments ASAP. So something I know I have to get better with too, but you're busy and all that. You can only do what you can do. So don't kill yourself if you didn't get right back to it. Say, hey, sorry I made you wait. Here I am. Respond to them ASAP. Platforms boost videos that get engagement fast. So if you can get right on top, maybe if you can't get to, if it's going to be a good video and you've been getting good engagement and you have a strong feeling about this one, make sure that you're available for like the next hour. Don't just post it and I got to go to work. Post it and make sure that you're available and able to do that. All right. So then we have the call to action. They have to know what to do. They have to know where to go, what to click, what to say, what to drop, whatever they're doing. So lastly, we have the post-launch strategy to drive engagement. Went through that. We got the cross-promoting. So if you're able to, if you can focus on one platform, great. If you got a lot going on, don't worry about other platforms. Focus on your main one that you get most engagement, that you're hitting hard, and focus on that one. If you're able to, then do that on other ones. Now, if you can post to, this goes back to the content loop as well. If you can have a video, use that script, transcribe it, create a written or use your script and create a written off of that. You can even use the same one. There's plenty that will use that script and make a video and then use that as the post as well. But make it into a story or then make that written into an email and send it out to your email list and make sure it gets out there. So you have a story, it's in your group, it's an email, it's on your For You page. So no matter where you go, it's circling you around, bringing you right back to that main post, that main place. And that's what you want. But encourage saves and shares. So make a note that you want to. You may not want to do it on everyone, or if you do it on everyone, people expect it, which is good because they know you have your hook. This guy's always, he's got his hook and he says, make sure you save. Make sure you save. So when you go there next time, you save it automatically. It's just like, boop, I saved it. Boop, I shared it. You start to do that for some people because they say it every time. And it's not that annoying every time. They do it right. And then analyzing your performance. So again, it's hard to do on everyone, but especially if you're testing something, go in and make sure that it's effective. If you put a lot of time and effort into your hook, see if somebody stayed longer. If you put a lot of time into doing a match cut in the middle, going for that doorknob, did that attract attention? Now, if it doesn't right off the bat, it doesn't mean that it didn't work. It just maybe not there yet. Maybe just need to perfect it, or just the person, maybe they didn't care right then. So it could be a lot of reasons, but after a while, you start to see a pattern in there. And again, always testing, trying different things is always good. So try and, repurpose where you can, but don't overwhelm yourself. If you can only focus on one, then you just hit that one as hard as you can. And I know it used to be, post 3 to 5 times a day. If you don't, then you're not going to make it. It's what you got to do. Now it's turning more into, and it has been for a bit, is the quality. You want to make sure that there's quality in what you're saying, quality in your message, and quality in the video. So if you go on and it's fuzzy and hazy, and it sounds like static, and you can't understand what you're saying, it sounds like you're on a train, then you're probably not going to get much engagement. So just imagine if you could step it up a couple levels, step it up a notch, go to that next level. It's going to help, especially when you get consistent with it. And once you get the process down, once we get through day 3 and we get through the whole process of it and you see it, it'll become much easier. But here on the screen, Instagram Reels and TikTok, cut your best 15 to 30-second moments into bite-sized videos. I try and do that when I'm like, yeah, I still got to finish those edits and I want to get that one out, but what can I do? Oh, I did that video last week where I was talking about mindset. Take a couple clips from there. Let's throw it up there. Make a story on it. Put it in there as a 7 to 10-second video. Why not? Repurposing your core message. And turning your video topic into a written content with extra value. So when certain people that I've seen it done and I noticed it is you'll see a video and then maybe a day later you'll see a post like, wow, that seems like what they were saying yesterday. And then when you actually watch the video and look at the post, it's word for word. That's their script right there. And you're like, huh, that's pretty cool. And then if you're getting their emails too, most likely that's an email. It might be an email in like 2 days from now, or it might be the one from yesterday. They're using that same content and they're turning it like 3, 4, 5 different ways. They're taking pieces of it. They're putting it different places, whether it's written, whether it's video. So it's once you get that habit, it's making it so much easier for you because you're taking that one thing that you did. You planned it, you set your goals, you set your shots, you edited it, you double checked it, and you got it out there. All right, well, now I'm going to take that script and I'm going to make a written one. Might tweak it a little bit, throw some emojis in there or whatever, but you didn't have to write a whole new one from the start. It was already there. So before we get deeper into editing, kind of familiarize yourself with this, and I'll get everything out to everybody soon. If not, again, if you're watching on the replay, then it'll be in the resources. You'll have everything right here. There'll be some templates, and you'll have some of my handouts, which are you have some hooks. I actually have some some visual hook examples. So it will show you, explain what the hook is, and then I referenced a video from it. So it'll actually show you what it looks like. So if I'm talking match cut or I'm talking transition, you can go to that sheet and it actually has an example for you. So you can watch it and see what it is and then try and duplicate it. Do your best. If you have questions, let me know. I can help you do an edit on that too. We'll get to it at some point, but I'm not going to get through everything. So if you have any ideas, then throw it my way. Um, but engage for 30 minutes. Reply to everybody's comment. Share your video. So when you're posting this week, just keep in mind, share, save. 60 minutes afterwards, be available. Somebody comments. Uh, I mean, I've had lately on Facebook. I'm lucky if I get like 2 likes and maybe a comment. For my group, if I posted in the group for engagement, and maybe a handful of them would have commented on it, but it's better than nothing. And maybe it hit huge on TikTok, but Facebook was like, "What? I'm here." I feel like a ghost. And then just look at repurposing your content. Taking one long form and maybe splitting it up a little bit. Maybe you even have some existing stuff right now. And I have some resources too that are available that shows you how to save your videos, shows you how to keep track of them. I actually have a filing system that's in the community that shows you how to file and how to look for things, and even how to write your file names so you can better find them. So went through some actionable steps. What I'll do is I will send out a reminder on what the actionable steps were, so you can look at those. And I'll be in touch with everybody too, as far as when might be best to meet up on that second one. I mean, I have everything's done, everything's planned. Might just be whenever everybody is more available, and if not, and nobody is, and I'll do the live session, and I'll have it anyways because I don't want to go too far out. It's hot on our minds. I don't want to go out 2 weeks. Like, where's day two? Where's day two? I'd rather do it sooner than later. So whatever anybody's available for, I am good with. So I got that.